Hey and welcome again. Today, we'll tell you the heart-wrenching story of an elephant's journey to freedom and people's emotional reaction when he broke free from 50 years of captivity. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to this channel and check the playlist to watch more real stories. Raju had spent a lifetime in captivity, his ankles constantly pierced by the metal spikes of the chains that held him captive. The weight of the chains had become a part of his daily existence, and he had likely forgotten what it was like to walk without them. But one day, that all changed. Raju's past was shrouded in mystery, but it was believed that he had once been a wild and free elephant living among his family. But at a young age, he was taken and turned into a slave for the tourism industry. Raju was forced to walk the hot streets of India for decades, earning money for his cruel handlers, known as mahouts. He suffered countless acts of abuse and neglect. His footpads and nails were overgrown and in danger of infection. But just as it seemed his fate was sealed, an animal charity, Wildlife SOS India, stepped in. People would give the mahout tips in exchange for blessings by Raju, the organization explained. But little of that money was spent on keeping Raju healthy. He was fed an inappropriate diet, and due to hunger and exhaustion, he even began eating plastic and paper. But the abuse didn't stop there. Raju also suffered from spiked shackles that dug into his flesh, causing abscesses and wounds. Raju's story was particularly tragic, as he had been sold and passed from owner to owner, a total of 27 times in his lifetime. He had been used as a profit-making machine without consideration for his well-being. He had been subjected to inhumane treatment, abuse, and neglect, all to earn a few rupees for his handlers. But finally, after almost 5 decades of torture and suffering, someone reported Raju's situation to the authorities. At midnight on July 2nd, a team of wildlife rescuers located Raju and set out to break his chains. As they approached him, it was clear that the down-on-his-luck elephant had been through a lot. His body bore multiple scars from the use of bullhooks, and his spirit had been broken from the ordeals he had endured. Something unexpected happened as the team worked to remove each of Raju's chains. The elephant began to cry. The rescuers were astounded to see tears roll down his face during the rescue. It was an incredibly emotional moment, and it was clear that the cruelty Raju had been subjected to was unbearable. He had been in chains 24 hours a day, and it was an act of intolerable cruelty. The rescue team worked through the night to remove Raju's spiked shackles. His mahout and previous owner were non-cooperative and made the rescue difficult. They put more chains on him and pulled the spikes tighter, blocking the roads leading to the rescue truck. But despite the challenges, the rescuers finally freed Raju. It was a process of earning Raju's trust and coaxing him onto the rescue truck. But with the help of fruit and several hours of patience, Raju finally agreed to come with the team. He was then taken on a long 350-mile journey to his new home at Wildlife SOS Elephant Conservation and Care Center in Mathura. At the center, Raju's wounds were tended to, and he was fed appropriate food to treat his malnutrition. He was finally free from the abuse and neglect he had suffered for so long. But just when it seemed like Raju's future was secure, his previous owner, Mr. Shahid, decided to take Wildlife SOS to court in an attempt to regain what he claimed was rightfully his. But there was one problem: Shahid had been keeping the elephant illegally, so in the end, Wildlife SOS intervened and eventually gained legal permission to take Raju away from his latest owner, and Raju was officially classified as free. The rescue mission was a delicate and challenging one. The mahout, Raju's latest owner, had no intention of cooperating with the rescuers. He was vested in keeping Raju, as he was a good source of income. The rescuers had to act stealthily and with great care to not alert the mahout to their presence. They had to ensure that they had all the necessary legal permissions and that they could take Raju away without any resistance. When Raju was finally freed, it was a moment of immense joy and relief for the rescuers. The majestic elephant was finally free from his chains, and he could walk without the constant pain of the spikes digging into his ankles. His foot pads and nails were treated, and he was provided with an appropriate diet. He was given a chance to heal, both physically and emotionally. But Raju's story is not unique. There are countless other elephants that are subjected to similar abuse and neglect in India. The tourism industry is a major contributor to the abuse of elephants in the country. These magnificent creatures are used as props for tourists, who are often unaware of these animals' abuse. They are forced to walk for hours in extreme heat, with little rest and poor nutrition. They are often beaten and abused by their handlers in order to keep them under control. It is imperative that steps are taken to end the abuse of elephants in India. The government must take stricter measures to regulate the tourism industry and ensure that animal welfare is prioritized. Animal welfare organizations must continue to work tirelessly to rescue abused animals and provide them with a better life. If you liked today's video, please hit the like button and share this story with others. Also, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified when the next story goes live. See you again.